Now guys, I hope you guys are doing fine, and without waste of time, I would like us to commence our today's tutorial. And today we'll be talking about a very beautiful thing in nature. We'll be talking about gigantism. Okay, we'll be talking about a condition that is actually appreciated by us, but unfortunately gigantism is actually a medical disorder. Okay, we'll get to see what causes gigantism, and we get to see how gigantism can be controlled. Okay guys, if this is your first time being on our channel, this is the MBBS Niger YouTube channel, and I would like you guys to sit back as we take you through this talk on gigantism. All right, so going back to the beginning of this lecture, I'd like us to go back to the beginning of this lecture so that we are on the same page. All right, so today we'll be talking about gigantism. All right, before we continue, do like this video. All right, comment on this video, and you could even share this video to your classmates so that you guys can learn together. All right, so what is gigantism? Gigantism, also called pediatric acromegaly and pituitary gigantism, is a very rare condition that happens when a child or adolescent have a high level of growth hormone in their body. Now I'd like you to map out this difference between gigantism and acromegaly. Acromegaly occurs in adults, while gigantism is in children and adolescents. Okay, so I would like us to continue on our journey. All right, so your pituitary gland is a small pea-sized endocrine gland located at the base of your brain, that's below the hypothalamus. The pituitary gland releases 8 important hormones, including your growth hormone. All right, so the growth hormone, also known as the human growth hormone, and somatotropin, is a natural hormone that acts on many parts of the body and to promote growth in children. All right, so once the growth hormone plates pieces in your bones have fused, and growth hormone no longer increases in size. Okay, so this to tell you that the growth hormone has these plates above, and when and these plates above do not actually fuse. Okay, so that the growth hormone can actually be growing in size, and when these plates fuse, all right, the growth hormone no longer increases in height. All right, so instead, it helps to maintain bone, normal bone, cartilage, and organ structure and metabolism. Your growth hormone is closely connected to insulin-like growth factor called IGF-1, the insulin-like growth factor. Right, so you can see this picture here, right? This is a picture showing a very giant. You could see the normal human beings. Now you could see where this giant is. This giant is like twice of this girl. And going to the next picture, you could see some men who do workouts, and possibly they might be boxers. All right, but you could see that they are actually stoned by the height of their colleagues, in as much as they are bodybuilders. The other one actually brought his bodybuilding naturally, and you could see it there. Okay, so in gigantism, the excess amount of growth hormone accelerate the growth of muscle, that's bones, and connective tissue. This leads to an abnormal increased height as well as several soft and tissue changes. All right, so when left untreated or unmanaged, some people with gigantism have grown over 8 feet tall. Damn, that shit is so high, right? Because a normal human being should be like 4 feet. All right, so you are going a very tall human being should be like 4 feet. All right, so you are growing double of this. Damn, that shit is so high, nigga. So because of this, early diagnosis and treatments are crucial in cases of gigantism. All right, so when you diagnose this early, you should treat it early, mostly when the individual is still a child. All right, so All right, what's the difference between gigantism and acromegaly? Gigantism and acromegaly are both conditions that result from excess growth hormone. The difference is in who the condition affects. All right, so in adults develop acromegaly, whereas children and teenagers often develop gigantism. Do you guys understand this statement, or I should shed some light? Okay, if there's excess secretion of growth hormone when you have reached the adult stage, okay, this results in acromegaly. And you should check to our YouTube channel. I have a video on acromegaly there. You should watch the video on acromegaly. You get to see the features that get to show off in acromegaly, and so on and so forth. All right, so in children, and gigantism occurs when they experience an excess growth hormone before the growth plates in their bones fuse. Okay, so this excess growth hormone, right? You could see this. This is another picture showing gigantism. And you could see how the person is taller than the average human being. Okay. Well, this is just like a mimic. All right. There's no such giant as this. All right. So this is just a mimic, just a photoshopping stuff. Right. But this is just to show you how gigantism is. This is just to show you that they are or taller than the normal human beings. All right. So who does gigantism affect? Though it's very rare, gigantism can affect any child whose growth plates in the bones haven't fused yet, right? They haven't finished puberty. So gigantism most commonly affects children assigned male at birth. Gigantism mostly affects children that are male, okay? More than it affects the females too, but it's more in the males, okay? The excess secretion of growth hormone is mostly in the males. Okay, you could see the normal human hand. You could see the hand of a giant. You could see the picture of a guy, a normal guy, picture of a giant guy. You see a picture of a giant leg, picture of a normal leg, all right? So you could see now the pictures of giants. This is like way back. This will tell you that this condition has been in existence for long, okay? This condition have actually been in existence for a very long time. So, how does growth hormone normally happen in children? How does growth normally happen in children? We have talked about gigantism, the abnormal growth. So now let's talk about the normal one. Do you understand? As science student, as you know the abnormal one, you should know the normal one, so that you know the difference between the normal and the abnormal. Right? So, and growth hormone regulates growth during childhood by promoting measured bone. Right? So, muscle and tissue growth and helping to control metabolism. Growth is normally a relatively stable process until a child reaches puberty. That's when growth happens on the rapid ASAP. All right. So during puberty, the release of sex hormones, that's estrogen and testosterone, increases significantly and causes the growth plates, the epiphyses at the ends of your child long bones to slowly fuse. Okay, so height growth stops at the end of puberty when the growth plates have completely joined. Okay, your height growth stops. So, and what are the signs and symptoms of gigantism? Right, so excessive amount of growth hormone causes signs and symptoms of gigantism, and children with gigantism can also develop certain symptoms as pituitary tumor. Right, okay, pituitary tumor applies pressure to their nearby brain and nerve tissues, and the main sign of gigantism is excessive growth. Right, so it's physical. Right, you can actually get to see that the person is way like going times 2 of the height of his peers. That's a giant. So children with that gigantism grow rapidly in height. Aside from being very tall and large for their age, physical characteristics of gigantism include a very prominent forehead and a prominent jaw, gaps between their teeth, right? So gigantism, this is a picture depicting the process of gigantism. Of course, you know that the growth hormone is secreted from the pituitary gland, right? Where it is secreted in excess GH, that's excess growth hormone, and this is will cause rapid growth. Okay, picture of a giant with its kids. Okay, you can see how this tall this nigga be at, nigga. So what causes gigantism in proper? So the most common cause of gigantism is a benign, as a non-cancerous tumor on your child's pituitary gland, a pituitary adenoma that releases an excess growth hormone. So children with gigantism almost always have large pituitary tumors called macroadenomas, right? So a pituitary adenoma that's 10 kilometer in diameter or larger at diagnosis. So gigantism can also be caused by pituitary hyperplasia, which is when your pituitary gland becomes large. Okay, so guys, with this we have come to the end of our lecture on gigantism. We actually learned about gigantism. We learned about the hormone that leads to gigantism. We learned about the difference between gigantism and acromegaly. We learned about the individuals in which gigantism affects. All right, so with this I think we have come to the end of our lecture on gigantism. I hope you guys enjoyed this lecture and hope to see you guys more, and hope to see you guys in our subsequent lectures. This is the MBBS Niger medical channel, the YouTube channel that is inclined to giving you that success you need in your medical career. Okay guys, so with this I would like to tap out. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe, like our video, and comment on our video, and stay tuned for many more series as we bring you more videos coming your way.